And as the country draws closer to the 2015 election, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission has advised state resident electoral commissioners to stay focused and operate within the law. At a meeting with the commissioners in Abuja, Professor Atahiru Jega said this is necessary because it is not possible to please everyone, whatever the decision of the commission. The chairman said this is more so in Nigeria, where political gladiators sometimes react badly when they feel a decision does not favor them.
As we inch along and get closer to 2015, the workload on us increases, the pressure increases. We come under all sorts of attacks and challenges from the gladiators in the political arena. The key challenge for all of us is to remain focused on what needs to be done, to operate within the law, and to ensure that under all circumstances we are impartial, we are non-partisan, and we are fully compliant with the legal framework for the discharge of our responsibilities. If we take a decision and one side is happy, the other side may not be happy. And in our own country, when people are not happy, they more or less lose their senses. And they do all sorts of things, throw all sorts of insults, and in fact often display a tendency of throwing away the baby with the bathwater. So that's the nature of our political terrain.
The Senate has deferred the debate on the 2014-2016 Medium-Term Expenditure Framework, MTEF, and Fiscal Strategy Paper, FSP, submitted by the Executive. This is to allow the Committee on Budget investigate the document's claims before conducting the debate. The Executive had claimed that as a result of oil theft and illegal bunkering, it had opted to project crude oil production for 2014 at 2.38 million barrels per day. But a federal lawmaker, Senator George Akume, said the document was flawed.
When the lead debate was being read, it became also very clear that certain processes and procedures have not been followed in the preparation of this document. Consultation with the states was not done, consultation with the National Assembly and other relevant agencies of government was not done. And that is why we are here where we are today, with a lot of distortions, with a lot of projections, but again with nothing to show for it. If we refer this document now directly to the Finance Committee, Mr. President, I think very seriously that certain things will be missing. This document, in spite of time targeting, I believe seriously is flawed and therefore should be reworked within the shortest possible time by the Executive.
Our committee that is supposed to deal with the matter of budget, the Committee on Finance, will have actually looked at this paper and given us their own investigations and their own side of the story, so that when we're looking at this, we will not just be debating what comes from the government side.
Human rights activist Festus Keyamo's foray into politics may have been put on hold, at least for the moment. The Lagos-based lawyer has withdrawn from the primaries of the Delta Central senatorial by-election, describing the exercise as a stage management and a sham. Mr. Keyamo, who is running on the platform of the All Progressive Congress, APC, alleges that the process was being rigged in favor of his opponent, Otega Emero. In a letter to the APC by-election committee in Delta State, Mr. Keyamo listed several grievances, including the hijack of election materials by thugs loyal to his opponent. He also accused the APC committee members of openly conniving with his opponent to perpetrate fraud. Mr. Keyamo's statement reads in part, quote, I boldly say that any result that comes out of today's exercise will be a colossal fraud and waste of time. This is a notice that no vote should be cast or counted in my favor in the stage-managed process." End of quote. What do you do when your right to vote is taken away? Well, since they've been displaced from where they knew as home, some of the people of Bakassi, who are now camped in Akpabio in Cross River, were mere spectators during last Saturday's local council elections. Our community report tonight examines the plight of these people and what has become of their franchise.
September the 24th, 2013, election day in Cross River State. The local council polls have been trailed by several controversies. Throughout the length and breadth of the state, the exercise is on everyone's mind. This is Akpabio, about 2 hours drive from the capital, Calabar. It's a few minutes after 8 a.m. and here, the election officials and security operatives are preparing to set out to different polling centers. This school, St. Mark's Primary School, is one of the polling centers in Akpabio. It is also the place where some of the displaced persons from Bakassi are camped. As they get out of bed, some of the kids in the camp begin their chores. The adults look on for what the day has in store. The situation in their temporary home is nothing but pitiable. The state government's efforts can only ease the pains. The bruises are still evident. The trauma of their displacement has not left them. Fear and resentment are both written on their faces. About 30 people, we were told, live in this particular room. Privacy is going to be the very last thing they may want to ask for. Each and everyone has his own corner, no matter how small it is. They are exposed to all manner of things because the roof is, it gives way to every kind of thing that may want to creep in at night. They wake up to another day expecting little or nothing. Elections are about starting across the state, and one would expect that they should be preparing to go and vote. Just in time, election officials arrive here. The camp will host the election. In fact, right in front of their doorstep, some of the displaced persons are assisting to set up for the officials. But sadly, they won't be able to participate in the election.
People here cannot vote.
So they won't be going out?
Yes, they can't go out. We only stay here in the camp. We can't go out. Because going there, one man, one vote. What do you identify? What will qualify you to vote? Well, it is a sad story for a Nigerian not to have a part in any of election. During the time that we've been in Bakassi, in our land, we have free and fair election, we vote. But now, we can't have access to vote.
Effort Okot helps her husband in their fishing business. Even with the pressure of work in the last election, she was able to squeeze out time to vote. But right now, even with a lot of time available to her, she can only see the process. She won't be able to participate.
I feel very bad because of I could afford my chairman and my councillor now because I don't have voters cards because of the incident that happened in our place here. We did not carry anything.
For these people here, apart from the fact that psychologically they struggle with the question of whether they are Cameroonians or Nigerians, some of the benefits a citizen enjoys, including the right to vote, seem elusive to them. What can be more painful than having a polling unit at your doorstep and you not being able to vote? Well, that is the situation of the displaced people from Bakassi who now are camped in a school here in Akpabio. They say they may have lost their homes, but what they do not want to lose is their franchise. They hope that one day they may be able to elect their leaders again. From Akpabio in Cross River State, I'm Shehu Okimbaloye, reporting for Channels Television News.